So that was, because that's Robert Ass there walking. I don't know if he was looking for tools he dropped over the years or what it was, but, so then the rollers was that all on that plank that the rollers went onto?
The rollers they weren't fastened to anything. You had to, once you started moving the ship, the rollers come with it.
Yep.
And then at a certain point, the rollers dropped off.
Yep, take them from
And
the
you had to
back,
run them
put them
back
in the front.
and put them down again.
Yep.
That's where the firemen come in.
I see. So that was, because it was like Claire Anderson, I know, was in that,
He could have been in
I
that.
think because there was one picture of all you guys, oh, there's the dancers and stuff. But there was one picture
I
of,
wonder if the dancers show my former wife.
Seeing this-
Vivian, yeah, back there.
okay, so that's her here?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was the coordinator of that.
See, and that's because I showed it to Sue Trandom today, and she said, "That's me." And I said, "No, I don't think it is." And she said, "Well, her hair is just like mine was," because Trandom's came just after this, I think. Because they, it's kind of, this is the divide. This is the Holly people on this side, and then they must have been her students on that side, was it? The others that were in it?
Well, this whole group here, you notice that these people are well, no, they're all dressed pretty much alike.
Yeah, it's kind of the same.
Dennis Walmery.
Yep, Dennis Wamry, Ron Alvin, Arden
Yeah.
Johnson, Barb, and then Red Odegaard and Melody
Yeah.
and Diane. And seeing that's kind of the divide between the Holly people and then these people I didn't know.
Okay.
So that was, well, I got that. I can tell Sue who it is now because we couldn't figure that. I was going to see if there I got the backs of people, which
Yeah.
is always great. And this is a backward picture because
Yeah,
I flipped it and I had to. But there's some of the.
There's an interesting
This
one
is.
here.
I went up on the elevator.
Getting ready to come down the street with it.
Yeah, and actually I did. This was like the second to last one. I took, I think, 4 up there, and the others. This would be,
Yeah,
earlier on.
they're turning the ship.
Because I see the tow truck was gone and it was just this truck
Well, you see
there.
this boom here?
Uh-huh.
They
that-
turned the ship using the boom
Yep.
to lift it.
To lift it and like cradle. So this would have been
Cradle, yeah.
almost at the start here. Because I think I waited until it was out of the warehouse before I climbed up the elevator. But it's kind of interesting. You look at the edge of town there. That was Westgate,
Yeah,
which was. And there's him putting the name on the.
Yeah.
And then this is at the rodeo grounds because I stayed out there and guarded it at the rodeo grounds. And all these people came in like 2 a.m, came by on the highway to see it. They're all drunk, they come and looking at. So this is at the rodeo grounds. So this would have been like I think 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later. And there's going down the highway.
Yeah. Leaving Holly.
Yep, taking the road out.
Thank you.
Sure thing. Thank you. And
Yeah.
I gave these to the Historical Society up there
Okay.
because they hadn't seen them.
Sure.
And my brother sent me a box in what was it? It was December with it's probably 50 pounds of pictures that he'd been storing for me. And in that were all these slides from the, because there was another section of just Holly stuff that but I'm so glad I ran into you because I was going to ask you, because that was, and there was another picture that's not on here that's in that group that I sent them, but I'm going to send them the slides and have them clean it up for me. I got to get to my right. I'm still learning how to use this, my tablet, my gadget.
Your gadget.
Yep, another gadget, and I need to.
These low price gadgets.
That's well, this was this one was actually cheaper than most, but I had a bunch of where's Holly photos. This would be Okay, this was like 6 years ago, so we don't care about that. That's too close to, that's not history yet. But we were just talking about, I was trying to, Jody just interviewed me over at the
Jody
Reach.
Puhala.
Yeah, and I was talking about how it would be great if we could get some students or some people to do like interviews of people for the history of the town for like for the 10 years from now when they have the reunion. So that there's a little archive of those, so we're working on trying to figure out how to either get some high school students interested in doing it and to, go to the manor once a week and, and go and talk to people and it just seems like, because they had a camera at the Jomkomst thing on Saturday where people could sit down and tell their memories. And then they were just going to archive them. They weren't going to use them for a film or anything, but they were just going to archive them to have them. But, something like that would be... Well, there's Jan Severson. Jan, nope. I'm in the library, Jan. Jen, I'll call you back. Yep. Okay, let's see. There's the old Holly ones, because I had that from back in that rainstorm in '75. You remember that big?
I sure do. That's when it flooded the basement of my mother's.
Oh.
I mean, completely flooded.
Yep.
Really?
It was.
She had all her photographs and all her histories all gone.
Oh, geez. That's one thing that. Let's see. There's Lori Peterson and Jimmy Carter. You remember Lori Peterson?
Yeah. she's down Minneapolis
Yeah,
place.
she's down there stirring the drink, stirring the nest.
She can stay down there.
I hear Holly and Moorhead people. I think it's in. There's a lot of like Listney and Camp Christicon there. This is one. There's Kim Myers on the.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's when that was being built. This would be '79. The Trondheim, is it called? Apartments.
Yeah.
That's Mark Haugen there. There's what the big screen TV used to look like when I was in college.
Yeah.
It was 12-inch. There's Wally Peck. He was my teacher up at Clay Vocational in graphics. I got to talk to him at the reunion. These are college ones. This is the parade route used to go by Torgeson's there, right by our house.
Yeah.
And there's Paula Bentley. Well, let's see. That was from that storm. This is out north by Listney, the Weeches.
Yeah.
And let's see, there's the Happy Old Timers. There's the old water tower. There's the old log cabin.
Yep.
And the old wood bridge that used to go there.
Log cabin, I tore that down.
Where
Yep.
was that at?
That was right by the river at the park. It had gotten to be to the point where people just kept on.
Yeah, it was so abused. It was.
Yep.
The only thing it saved was the roof.
Oh, be darned. That's.
I put the roof on another
There's another
building.
one.
Come back
Whoop.
to that one, will you? Once more back.
Yep. So this is at the.
This would be. I think that's the back end of Leonard Burnside.
Okay, so I was thinking there was a Sandman or somebody that worked at Celine's there too, but did they own the crane or was it?
Celine's crane. Yeah.
Okay, there's what the garden used to look like right
Yeah.
at 5th and Reno there.
Yeah.
Then I know it went into disrepair and then now it's back. There's Betty Peterson there. There's from inside and I think they were looking to make sure it cleared the roof, because as it came out,
here's a plank,
Yep. Yeah, those are ones we already seen. Jim Larson. There's what Westgate used to look like. This is right at where the street branches there. So that was the only thing. Basically, was the group home and
All right.
Anyway,
Thank you.
Well, it's good to see you.
Yep.
Yep.
I come in here usually once a day to read a little bit of National Geographic.
There you go.
Keeps my sanity.
Well, do you follow anything online, like if I put pictures up or anything?
No.
Okay. Well, if I can get them to print them here, then you'll see them.
All right.
All right. Good to see you.
You bet.
Yeah. That's anyway. Yeah. The rest of these are kind of.
See this model here?
Oh yeah. That's
That's some of my work.